Hey guys, good afternoon. Damon Gonzalez from Latin Box Sports, man. Thanks for joining us on our series of Latin Box Sports. As you can see, the NBA, we got our new mascot, man. We thank our brother Eduardo out in Mexico and a couple of our friends for helping us collaborate and put this together, man. We really appreciate it. It's pretty awesome stuff. We have a fighter coming on with us, a lightweight coming out of Baltimore, Maryland, joining us any minute. But I just want to reach out to everybody and let you know that I posted on my Facebook page a GoFundMe account for a boxer, 14-year-old young man out of Baltimore, Maryland. A young man was gunned down a short while ago. He took a bullet to the face and it just went down to his neck, and he's dealing with some medical complications. So we want to do what we can to just get the messages out there to see if we can, the boxing community can get together and certainly, of course, pray for Darius Wolfe. Pray for him. He's out of my dear friend Calvin Ford's gym up there with Javante Davis up in Baltimore. So, we send our prayers out to Darius and hope for a speedy recovery with him. Keep on punching. He's a great young man and does a lot. Learning in the gym and what have you. And every kid wants to reach their goals and their dreams. So my God, 14 years old, man, that's young to get gunned down, man. It's very young. So, we send our prayers out to him, like I said. We have a very special guest coming on. He's a lightweight fighter, like I said, out of Baltimore, Maryland. He's a great man. He's actually a Baltimore police officer. He's a cop. He's a cop, and he's also a lightweight fighter coming out of that city. Very good hands, good speed, good combinations. Making some noise up there up north and what have you. He's promoted by Jeter Promotions. We thank Tony Jeter for giving us this opportunity to speak to his fighter. And let's bring Mr. Chambers on with us. Brandon
What's
Chambers,
going
good
on?
afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, man. Listen, welcome to the Slip Punches Show. We really appreciate having you on, and of course,
Uh-huh.
we're gonna just jump right in there, man. We're gonna jump right in there. You've
All right,
spent
let's do it.
you spent many years in your life in law enforcement, and you've been giving back to Baltimore in just so many capacities in so many ways. And
Yes,
then
sir.
here comes boxing. How did that transpire in your life?
Well, boxing always been a big part of my life. Like I loved it since I was a little boy with my mom. She had that fear, like, no, I don't want my child getting hurt. So I actually started my boxing career like very late. I didn't start boxing until I was 18. But
Wow.
I first fell in love with boxing when I was about 4 years old. The first time I seen Mike Tyson fight. So since then, like I've been training on and off. Like certain obstacles came up, like different jobs, going to college, then having kids, then entering the police academy. Once I start really getting settled and everything, I had quit. My big brother, he got me back into it, and then one day here comes this guy who turned out to be my best friend, Tony Jeter, sitting right in the back of roll call room, and then me and him just start talking, and then from there everything just blew up. And I like to give a big shout out to Tony Jeter and Jetta Promotions.
Oh, no doubt, definitely, man. And you possess right now a record 3 wins, no losses, and 1 draw. Obviously, which was pretty interesting young in your career. And it shows a lot about your pedigree. You took a rematch with a guy in your career. What's up with that, man? Was there some beef there?
No,
Ah, I
it
will call
wasn't.
you out on that.
It wasn't really beef, but like I really felt as though I had won that first fight, and then he's also saying
Okay.
like, "No, I won that first fight." I'm like, "Bullshit, I won that first fight." So
So it's
let's
very
do it again.
competitive, of course.
Yeah, It was a
Well,
very competitive rematch. Like he came harder for the rematch, I will say.
well, we're gonna jump in and out of the boxing questions, but
Okay.
again, very, very inspired by what you do in your community out there.
Thank
You're
you.
the law enforcement officer, and of course, making your name in the sport of boxing, being an example, because a lot of young fighters our days, this is one of the important things is helping the community, and you help out homeless shelters. Talk to us about some of those things that you do, because it's really incredible and inspiring.
Yeah. Some days when I get paid, like I'll just go to like one of the local Burger Kings on my post and spend like $40 on cheeseburgers and go down to like healthcare for the homeless, and I'll pass out cheeseburgers. I'll talk to them. I'll have lunch with them there. Just try to like talk to them, help uplift and motivate them. Try to help get some of them just on like the better paths, like to help try to find them jobs and things of that nature as well.
But that's incredible, man. That's very
Thank
great,
you.
because again, it's really gratifying, to hear an athlete, wanting to give back and do for others, because that's what it's all about. It says a lot about you.
Thank you. Like I actually appreciate it, but like I'm not sure about many others, but I know what it's like not to have a meal and to like help someone that can't help themselves. Like that means a lot to me.
Now, talk to us about, of course, Team G, the promotions, man. Yeah, you guys are doing amazing things up there, and it's great for the sport because Baltimore is a boxing town, man. When I used to sit fights ringside, I used to always be at Hasim Rahman's fights, because I work around Don King. So the Baltimore fighters, man, it's always bringing it. How'd you get the nickname the Hitter?
So during my second fight, I won in the second round by knockout. One of my coaches, Vernon Mason, he is a former pro, also from Baltimore. He said, "Man, you put that hit on that guy. He was out when you
What
hit
you
him with
throw?
the
What
hook."
you hit with?
I hit him with a left hook, then a right hand. Like when I hit him with the left hook, his mouthpiece just came flying out,
Oh,
and
geez.
like he was just stunned, like he was out on his feet. Then I hit him with two right hands, and then they just called a stop to the contest. So he was like, "Man," he said, "you put that hit on him," and then I was like, "Oh yeah." So then from that, like the name had it stuck.
So tell me, I mean, why boxing, man? You're doing so great as an officer, and it shows you're just doing something that you love to do. Talk about that right now, because you're just in between two
Right.
great jobs.
Yeah, it's actually hard juggling both of them, but like I love being an officer, but like boxing, like that's my heart, it's my passion. Like even if I wasn't fighting, I'll probably be doing something surrounding it along with law enforcement though. But if I had to pick between the two, it'd definitely be boxing. Like I don't know what it is, like it just runs through my blood now. Like I love it.
Do a lot of the other officers come out in the fights and support you?
Man, man, BPD shows me so much love. Like I'm so
Oh, wow.
grateful for all of them. Like I think the last show, maybe I sold over 200 tickets and probably 100. I want to say at least 150 of them,
Okay.
maybe a little more, were all police. So like with like their support, like it feels so great.
Now, of course, at these trying times, with the coronavirus and everything that's going on,
Oh yeah,
of course, I'm sure with the sport, it's going to be in the plans of G the promotion putting a show on, and possibly, behind closed doors for now. What are your thoughts of that? If that was to happen, you fighting without a crowd? I always ask fighters this question, because it's kind of like, in a way, if you think about it, ain't that right, Mr. Chambers? It's like the norm of society right now.
Yeah, like this social distancing is actually becoming like the norm, but I think I can still generate a pretty good crowd, especially if like they're streaming things on social media, because like social media actually is taking over everything. So like I get generate a pretty good crowd, but it is nothing like having your fans there yelling your name, like even getting you motivated when you're like tired. So like even if I don't have them there, like I know I got many fans there like watching me, and I don't want to let them down at all. Like even when I have them at like the fights, like they help me push harder. Like I don't want to let them down at all. Like I guess with me being an officer, like we always looked at in the media as like the bad guys. Like I got a lot on my shoulders, so I'm not just fighting for me. I'm fighting for my whole department.
You just being a mentor to the younger generation, man. Why don't we ask if you kindly give a shout out to all your fans that are watching, of course, and what are some of the things out of your heart as an athlete, as a fighter in boxing, as an officer? Some of the things you want to say to your fans that are tuning in today.
To all my fans, like I just want to say that I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with Team Brody. Is more to come. Just stick with me and be patient during this time of the the COVID era, because I'm gonna come back stronger. I'm gonna come back harder. Like just keeping on. Like if you stick by me, like you will see not only a champion, you will also see like a great people champion and a role model that most of these young kids can look up to.
You remind me of a couple of fighters in the sense that when I think back and I think about, remember heavyweight John Ruiz? There were
Yes, sir.
fighters out there that I knew and watched and observed being at the fights. After the fight, he'll take his gloves and give it to a kid ringside, on his way out the arena. Take off his shoes and give it to another kid. He never kept equipment. He was always giving it to somebody. And you seem like a guy like that, man, that it's all about giving back.
Yeah, myself along with Tony Jetta and Jetta Promotions. My third fight, we fought like that was my rematch. We fought in October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I raised $2,000. I had a breast cancer survivor come up. I presented her with a glove, and a young woman from my department who lost her mom to breast cancer. I also presented her with a glove and also the $2,000 check to the American Breast Cancer Foundation. So yes, I also do that as well.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, man.
Thank you.
So now at the off time, are you training on the side, of course, getting ready?
Absolutely, because my next venture is gonna be at 126. Like because my weight's been pretty good now without sparring, just doing conditional work. So like I think I'm gonna be a force in 126 pounds.
So I gotta ask, fighter promoter, have you ever laced up and sparred with Jetta?
Man, this guy.
He got a hook. He got a hook, so I need to throw that out.
Man, man, he got a nasty right hand too. Oh my god! Like I can get him here and there to the body, but then like he snaps back into this mode where he's like, you know what? I'm the champ. He hit me with like a right hand, and then he go to the body. I better not make a sound because he's like, you making a sound, and then he'll just go to the body like mercilessly.
Mr. Jetta, I didn't mean to open up that can of worms, but I'll tell you, this is so awesome, man, because when a fighter and the promoter, when they get in there like that and they work together, that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. And when this COVID is over, I can't wait to put my hands on him. And if you're out there listening, I'm gonna put my hands on you when I get the chance to.
You hear that? He's not talking about putting handcuffs on you either. He's talking about in the sparring.
I'm gonna drop this big right on you, Tone, when I get a chance.
Mr. Chambers, how can the people watching that are just finding out or just learning about you, how can they follow you on social media?
They can follow me on Facebook at Brody.Chambers, or you can really get to know me and see my life on my Instagram page. That's underscore team dot Brody. Again, that's underscore team dot Brody.
Now, before I land the plane, champ, I gotta hit you with this question because it's kind of
All right.
fun. It's kind of a fun question. You think for a second, like, oh, wait a second. Okay, then back in the day
Okay.
and now,
All right.
who would you fight back in the day as a fighter? You are, and who would you fight now? Like a fantasy fight,
A
fantasy,
fantasy fight
like,
back in the day. Okay.
fantasy fight. Then and now, who would you fight?
At at 135, I'll probably fight hmm,
Then or now?
then a good entertaining fight, blow for blow. I will fight Toro Gotti. That'll be a entertaining fight for
Wow.
the public because I like that's the kind of fighter I am. Like I'm a banger. Probably now, who would I fight
Much
now?
respect to that.
Okay. Now I probably want to fight the guy from Japan who's known as the Monster.
Okay, Inu.
Yeah.
Inu. Wow. Wow. You saw his fight with Donir, right?
Oh yeah.
That was insane.
It definitely was.
And that's the type of fight you bring to the table.
That's the kind of fighter I am. Yes, sir.
Love it. Love it. Man, we're super excited to have you on the show with us, and we really appreciate it. And
Thank you.
we really hope to have you come back.
Man, I would love to come back. And when I come back, I'm gonna come back for one of those straps too.
Nice, nice. We appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Brandon Chambers, the hither, man. Have a great day, man. We appreciate you, and we'll be following your career, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And I want to give another shout out to all my sponsors and Tony Jetta and Jetta Promotions.
Thank you, Mr. Chambers. You have a great day. And thank you, everybody, for joining us on the Slip Punches show this afternoon. We'll be back this afternoon. We appreciate all your support. Thank you, Mr. Chambers. Take care.
All right. See y'all later.
Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you for joining in. We appreciate you. This great, great young man. We're really inspired by his story in the sport, and we appreciate him coming on with us. I'm looking forward to see best things coming out of Mr. Chambers. Thank you so much for joining in, and we'll talk to you shortly. Take care.